Parenting styles and discipline. What is acceptable? Hello, my name is Vehbi Onur Demirciler, and I'm one of the researchers of this project. This is the first video about parental styles and disciplines. The aim of this chapter is to support parents to understand different parenting styles and how they relate to their children. I will discuss what is acceptable and what is not based on the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child. At the end, we will watch a short trailer and think about our thoughts and feelings about it. Let's get started. Please think about your parental style. Understanding today's nature of childhood requires an understanding of parenting in the 21st century. Parenting now, as in the past, is challenging and demanding. Family life has changed over the years, bringing about new challenges for parents. Family forms and living arrangements have diversified, with an increase of unmarried or divorced families, single and same-sex parents. One of the interesting things about being a parent is that there is great variation in how we raise our children, but at the same time, there are many commonalities from one parent to another. Beyond differences and commonalities, it is not clear how well these styles describe parent cross-culturally. Few of us fit neatly into one single parenting style, but rather raise children using a combination of styles. All parents choose their parenting style, aiming to support children's healthy growth and development, as this interaction will have a lifelong impact on them. Helping parents and caregivers to understand the importance of positive, nonviolent discipline in child development and of close, effective parent-child communication reduces harsh parenting practices, creates positive parent-child interactions, and helps increase bonding between parents or other caregivers and children, all factors that help prevent violence against children. All parents choose their parenting style, aiming to support children's healthy growth and development, as this interaction will have a lifelong impact on them. Do you think it's easy to define what is acceptable? The United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child provides parents the steps they have to take in the best interests of the child, ensure living conditions that enable a full and harmonious development of the child, including mental and social development, and provide appropriate direction and guidance in the child's exercise of the rights of the child. Appropriate parental guidance must respect the evolving capacities of the child and the child's views, and be free from violence and humiliating punishment. Please see the video, think and reply. Video trailer story is about a man slapping another couple's child at a neighborhood barbecue. The incident sends shockwaves through the lives of all who are witness to it. Told from the points of view of 8 people who were present, the slap shows how a single action can change the way people think about how they live, what they want, and what they believe forever. What is your first thought and feeling? What would you do if the child was yours? What would you advise your child if he or she was the victim? Virtually every culture and faith teach children some version of the golden rule. For example, you should treat others the same way you would like to be treated. Is this close to your cultural background? So, what are we teaching children when we use physical discipline against them? That resorting to aggression is a valid way to solve a problem. That if someone does something we don't like, is it okay to hit them? The fact is that about 4 in 5 children had been physically punished or subjected to psychological aggression while 17% had been severely disciplined. The fact is that about 4 in 5 children had been physically punished or subjected to psychological aggression, while 17% had been severely disciplined. For example, hit on the head, face, or ears, or hit hard and repeatedly. There is a growing global recognition that using physical discipline is neither effective nor healthy. All parents want their children to be healthy and to feel secure. However, healthy can have different meanings from culture to culture. Culture, tradition, religion, and familial norms influence home life and parenting practices. Certain disciplinary techniques are viewed as inappropriate in some cultures but are accepted and even promoted in others. Even within cultures, professionals and parents may disagree. But child abuse is child abuse, in whatever language or culture. The responsibilities of parents are so much to count. Among those responsibilities, parents should stop harmful practices to their child, promoting and encouraging respect for human rights and fundamental freedoms for all without distinction as to race, sex, language, religion, or age. At the end of this short video, I would much like you to acknowledge that parenting approaches and their impact vary from several reasons. Can you think of some? Parenting approaches and their impact vary because a family's past and present cannot be understood in isolation from history, modernization, and the wider context of parenting. Parenting and child development are both directly and indirectly influenced by the wider sociocultural, demographic, physical, technological, economic, and political forces that change over time. It takes a village to raise a child. Families depend on socioeconomic and social resources, like supportive neighborhoods as well as cohesive and well-resourced communities, in their functioning. The wider context affects family life through its influence on the resources of families and the communities that families live in. Parenting is a family-centered process, instead of primarily parent or child-driven. Parenting consists in a process of mutual adoption, accommodation, and negotiation between parents and children. These negotiations and interactions are embedded in a history of family relationships. For example, parent-child trust or mistrust, quality of co-parenting. This constrains the interpretation of parents and children of the other's behavior. Parenting is an expression of parents' individuality. Rather than exclusively directed to the child, parenting is also an expression of gender roles as well as of personal experiences and attributes of parents. Parenting is a two-way street, and children are also in the driver's seat. Children and adolescents are not passive recipients of parenting, but influence their parents while parents influence their children. Children evoke, interpret, and react to parenting, and thus actively shape it and its developmental impact. For more information on UNICEF's global initiative to end violence, please visit the website. You can also read Why Parenting Matters for Children in 21st Century, an evidence-based framework for understanding parenting and its impact on child. Next section is waiting for you. Thanks for watching.